Welcome to Shadow the Broker Chill Session 4. We've actually had quite a bit of discussion already just with random campaign agenda items, but now we're getting into more of the fun stuff here. So we're going to be talking about homesteads and businesses on Wayrite, the colony that Ben created. And yeah, so let's talk about those. What are what are some ideas that you guys have in terms of homesteads?
I think first off, I just wanted to say too, we can plan out homesteads. We might want to also look at the rebel bases when those come out, because we can probably take a lot from that, or at least blend them with the homesteads as well.
Yeah.
Just keeping that in mind. Um, Besides that, homestead-wise, I haven't really read over the rules for those.
Well, it'd be more flavor wise in terms of, having a ranch or having a. I'm siding towards something like a ranch just because it's way right. It seems more like a frontier town, and I think it would be just a fun thing for the agents to have after all their
So
crazy adventures.
I think what with the ruse, because the ruse is kind of open, as far as making money wise. But in some of the books, they give like, hey, if you grow this, then this is how much you get per carton and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Um,
Well, I just want to make it clear that for me, it's more of a narrative thing. Obviously, we'll go by the credits that we can earn from those, but that's not my main impetus. I think it would be a fun thing to have and uh, something to put all these credits that we're amassing towards, and something for the characters to feel like this is something of their own here on Wayrite.
does it have to be at the Wayrite? Can it be on another planet?
I mean, sure, if your character wanted to have homestead somewhere else, yeah, that's up to them. I'm just saying that Wayrite is a good place in terms of just a central place that we know that is outside of Imperial influence that the Empire, at least for now, isn't too aware of or isn't aware of.
So I don't know if this really fits in with the homestead rules, but Erdo's been accumulating a great number of priceless artifacts that many of which he just isn't inclined to bring around with him on his travels because they're not particularly useful but still interesting.
Hmm.
I've been thinking about having him start like a tiny museum on Wayrite. The only thing is that I don't know if he would feel comfortable leaving them there vis-a-vis like safety.
Yeah, and also too, as a museum, that would draw attention. Like, come to the Museum of Jedi Curios. I know
Only,
that's not what
only
he
if
would
you
say,
advertise.
but
Um, I mean, I don't imagine Wayrite being a big tourist location, but maybe that's on me.
I guess what I mean is that what are some of the things that you would put on display then for museum? Because I think that could be a cool idea.
Well, there's the spear, Sith Killer. There's the old Republic coin. There's the ancient prototype lightsaber.
Oh yeah, maybe not. Just I mean only because that could get people talking and drawing unwanted attention.
Yeah,
If it's like openly talked about.
So maybe just a place to store those things, like a warehouse or a storage facility.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and if we get a new secret or safe house, then that will probably just be how that goes. So it's not really an issue. It's just something I'd been thinking about. So.
Right. Well, I guess just for Rogesh, I mean, Rogesh definitely wants some place where he can, settle down a little bit. So I'm definitely thinking of getting a ranch or something for him and or buying into that because obviously he wouldn't be able to take care of it himself. But, putting down some roots so that it's not just flying around all the time and actually having a place to call home, I think is
Yep.
definitely in his future.
Brock would definitely like some place where he can train sort of openly and freely, as well as and like have other NPCs and stuff stop by that he can train with, like Sabo, or if you need anyone else.
Right.
Having a permanent residence means that Iraq isn't constantly bugging people for rides out to go train or
Right.
what have you. Yeah.
Well, I think though that would also be covered by the safe house by and large. But I mean,
Yeah.
do any of you have? I guess we're kind of moving into the whole character directions portion of this, but you know, do you see your characters wanting to settle down on Wayrite on a more permanent basis, or not so much permanent, but at least setting down some roots there? I guess not.
Bo's just probably
Yeah.
going to stay
Yeah.
ship-based.
Balkan's answer
Probably for the
is
time being,
obvious.
until you can make contact with PC0003 and figure out the status of when, if or when they're going to start moving beyond the reaches of the known galaxy.
Right.
He's going to want to be a part of that. If it's like, if he's at the right spot and where he wants to be, he still wants to become a better leader, and be a pillar in that community, for an old droid community. But in the meantime, he's sort of in limbo, waiting for that to sort of happen and waiting for him to mature enough to be able to handle the responsibilities of that position.
Hmm. Right.
And someplace to, like, maybe not just hold up, but someplace, a stable place for him where he can go and train or just relax or be himself would be great. So he's just not cooped up on a ship.
Okay. Well, I guess that moves us over to the character progression portion of this discussion. So first up is Ben. Let's talk about your characters and where they're going.
Nog is kind of, I guess, moving toward nowhere in particular. I don't know. He's doing the swoop racing thing that'll come up eventually, but as far as his specs and stuff, he's still just rounding out mechanic and pilot, and after that, he'll probably either go into rigger or slicer or something like that, or maybe something different. Something happens. I don't know.
Right. And
But he's
Gunner,
got-
for people that weren't in yesterday's mission, so they were about to fight the swamp troopers, and I'll let Ben describe what happened.
He blew him the fuck up with his bike. One shot, a lot of kills.
One shot, 50 damage on all of them. It's like, oh, the end. So, yeah.
But yeah, with that duty he gained of ground superiority, I think he's really into sort of challenging if he finds them, like Imperial scout troopers, going on a speeder bike chase, just taking them down.
Oh,
Sort of
yeah.
recapturing his swoop routes while, getting into the whole rebellion thing, which he's sort of naturally tended toward, and where he's
Right.
probably going
Like I
anyway.
said, in that trailer for, oh gosh, why am I blanking out? You guys know what I'm talking about. The one with the Celestin.
Battlefront.
Thank you. Yes. I'm like, that's Nog. That's so Nog right there.
Yeah.
It's a good moment. All right, cool. Well, what about Gristle?
I've basically rounded out Charmer and Doctor, which were kind of his core things. And since then, I've banked some XP, and I'm not really exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. He's obviously expressed sympathy for the rebellion. It would not be against going that way, if or when we do. He's trying to make friends with the other Jedi people, mostly Erdo and Saber. He's kind of, I don't know, he's gotten more into the Doctor thing since he's gotten in with everyone. He's really latched onto the whole do no harm stuff and kind of taking his role as the only Doctor that stays on the ship, pretty seriously.
And by the way, I just wanted to say, I think it's really cool that you introduced a character who is a doctor that is so completely different from the previous Doctor, Jasper. And I like how they're just such different characters that yeah, that was a good job in terms of adding a new doctor, but forging a completely new path. And Charmer is such a cool tree, so I'm glad that we've been able to have a character with that. It's been fun to see in action. Like, just kidding.
Yeah,
Such
been
a crazy
useful.
ability. Yeah.
a lot.
All right, cool.
Oh, also, before we go too far, Brandon made the sequel in Sunflare Thread, and he made it, so he did seek out Volviv somewhere. So I might need you to take over whatever you
Oh, okay,
found on
good. Yeah. All right. I'll definitely take a look at that. Yeah. So Brandon, your characters.
Okay, so Saber is obviously still in his redemption arc. I've got him towards the bottom of the Peacekeeper tree right now, and so he just finished his with the force rating that's in Peacekeeper.
Oh, so you're
he's-
FR4 now, right?
Yes, force rating 4.
Wow.
Saber. And so at that moment, a lot of XP is going to be going into just some. I'm gonna completely fill out the move tree, up discipline and that sort of thing. So a lot more force power based stuff for right now, but eventually he's going to go into the seer tree.
Cool.
And then Shorebecca is just sort of Shorebecking. He's probably going to go into the commando tree to get that unstoppable talent. At some point, there's still a lot of time. Still a lot that.
Refresh my memory.
do
What
in the
does Unstoppable do?
If a crit is reduced to 1, it just doesn't happen.
Nice.
So D4 has it, and so Shorebecca is sort of along that line as well. So once he'll have going through that tree, he'll have 5 ranks of durable, and so then he'll be unstoppable as well.
Well, we may get to the point where we don't call Surly anymore.
Well, we can say it ironically now.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. All right, cool. Next up is Kale. Or we'll get back to. Oh,
Not here.
no worries.
I just have to get to my mic. I'm sorry. I have a baby. Yeah, I was taking care of the baby. So, Erdo has had, I don't know, Erdo's encounter on the last, in a show of hand, put him right in the face of the Emperor, apparently. Kyle said that the Emperor has some sort of telepathic connection to his hands. So, not like the normal mental connection people have to their regular hands. But, hey, just a minute. Anyway, so he finally got some inquisitorious background. And I actually shifted his regular bounty background, which was supposed to be for Imperial Customs, and had been there since he started, and hadn't really come up, and seemed like small beans by comparison, into the new bounty. That was basically the general force-sensitive bounty that one would get for whipping out a lightsaber. I want to have Erdo, or I had Erdo purchase the Protector Tree from the experiences during Heart of Geonosis, because the clone trooper that Erdo experienced was really medically focused and focused on taking care of the people around him, and I wanted to have that have a real impact on Erdo. And so yeah, I guess he's he's become open about his force sensitivity with the other agents since the events without a trace. Was are you okay, dude? Yes, you're a kitty cat. And I guess I've just been having him develop that. He's in a really weird position where I'm almost inclined to retire him as a character.
Oh, really?
because
Wow.
He keeps. Well, it's just I really don't want to because I really don't think his story is finished and I'm really enjoying playing him.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, like his morality, his positive morality is curiosity, and he's run into the holocron from the ancient, like, predates the Galactic Republic holocron, predates the Infinite Empire holocron, and the and running into Bastion and things like that. That honestly, I think he would be half tempted to retire and just write academic papers and do academic studies because that's what's important to him.
Right.
I think the main reason he doesn't do that is because at this time academic papers on those subjects are tremendous
Right.
censorship and
Well, I'm just curious then. What do you have an idea for an alt that you've been bouncing around?
I've been thinking about a couple of them. One is a droid that is he looks like an astromech. He's actually a spy droid. He goes around and hacks computer systems while Ainsley, can you be quiet for just a minute? He goes around and hacks computer systems, and then when someone goes around looking for the hacker, he just is an ordinary-looking droid doing ordinary droid things, and
Right.
just zooms right off.
Pretty cool.
And the other is a Toydarian who's an old military commander that is under orders to clear Imperial and Hutt influence from Toydaria without letting anyone know.
Oh, that would be really interesting.
But I was thinking about giving him a really... and so he's reached out to the broker in order to accomplish that mission.
That's a pretty tough mission.
Yeah. It was... It was mostly just for... I don't know. I think he's a pretty silly character, relatively, I think.
Yeah, well, that could
and
be
I
cool,
thought
though.
it would be funny.
Having a Toydarian.
Yeah, he thinks he's serious, but I think everyone else would think he was a little silly.
Got it. Cool. All right. Next up is Dart with your characters.
Right now I'm just waiting to see what the Diplo book has for Boge,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a
I
big one.
might make some decisions based off that.
Mhm.
D4, I don't know. I kind of try and play him in reserve because I feel like he unbalances the game too much, so kind of feel guilty when I play him. So I don't know. I don't really have any plans. I've considered doing character retirement, but I feel like there's got to be a good reason for it, so
Yeah,
haven't yet.
definitely.
I don't really have any plans or thoughts.
And what about with Bosch?
Same thing. We'll see if the Diplo book has stuff, but
Oh, right. You started off with that derp.
it's just kind of holding pattern right now.
Okay. Next up is Jack.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the Hacks model line has no continuity. They just show up, they do things, and then they leave. So that's going to be left aside. I wouldn't even count them as an alt. It's just something I do as fun from time to time. But anyway, Balkan is actually growing more and more apart from the broker team now that his research team has been more or less established. He's working with them a lot more than he is with the agents. In fact, unless he's actually taking part in a mission, he's never really on the Sunflare. His lab has been mostly vacated, aside from some. It basically merged with the medical facilities in the ship now, rather than it being a lab. So he's starting. It looks like he's starting to go his own way, and one would wonder why he's even coming to take part in the missions anymore.
And is the name Farseer, the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's actually like the moving base for them, right? Or is that something else?
It basically is. They set up like prefab shops here and there, but they never. It's actually kind of like the Rebellion. Once their job is done, they kind of just leave on the Farseer and go somewhere else.
Okay. Oh, is that pretty much it then?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any more specs in mind. I think I'm still just gonna put all the XP I'm getting in knowledge skills and other skills of relevance he would have picked up.
Mhm.
Like for all these recent survival missions, he's actually gotten some resilience, but I'm still mainly focused on maxing out all of the knowledge skills as he pursues his quest for science.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for him.
All right. Next up is Jeff with Rock.
Well, as I kind of mentioned earlier, Rock's in kind of this limbo state where he needs to mature and he needs to grow. He needs to learn and grow as a leader. But he's not quite there yet. And because of the time he hasn't been able to contact PC-0003, he's getting a little anxious about that. He's also anxious about whether or not the broker will return, because he does have that contract with him, and he doesn't just want to abandon that contract, because to Rock, his word is very important to him, and his reputation is very important to him. So I really don't have any plans on retiring Rock. I figure when it's his time, it's his time. And it seems like the way I've been building him, the way I've been playing him, is he's not going to end up retiring. He's going to end up like dying on the battlefield somewhere. So that'll probably how he ends up going. And if I decide to make another alt, I'm probably going to move forward with making the merchant alt I did in the Deals and Steals thread. And then maybe taking more of a relaxed approach to the Shadow of the Broker. So maybe stepping back, maybe not being in as many missions as possible. Because with my school schedule and stuff, my time's going to be really tight. But like for Deals and Steals and stuff, if someone wants me to play as my little Rin shopkeeper, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'm really excited to start working on him and giving him stories and things like that. And of course, anything that he'd sell, I'll run straight through you, Tommy, before I decide to put it on his market. He does want to continue training with Sabo, though. That is a big priority for him. Because it's obvious that he's not, especially after a show of hand, he's not as good as he thought he was.
Right.
And aside from, like, whereas Sabo was able to match him skill for skill, he was completely outclassed by the hand of the Emperor. And in Rock's mind, that's not outside the realm of possibility, because he was heavily modified with cybernetics, but even with that, Rock was completely outmatched. And in a one-on-one fight, Rock would definitely have lost that. So Rock, he wants to get stronger, he wants to get better, so he's going to be seeking out what it really means to be a warrior and what true strength is, at least in his mind. He will start looking for more outside work, at least until the broker returns. So he's still open and for anything that comes along, should his friends need him. in terms of skill tree wise, I don't really know what else he's looking into, or what else like I may be able to give him, because a lot of the combat talented trees are all focused on, or for the most part, focused on range combat, um, which is kind of disappointing because there aren't a whole lot of options outside of the force sensitive trees for in your face kind of fighters. And obviously, the force sensitive trees are completely out of Rock's realm of ability.
Well, I mean,
Which
he could
stinks.
still go into one of them though, and if he started training with one of the Jedi to learn parry, and yeah.
Okay. So then maybe he'll bug Saber about that. I was thinking, I was looking at the aggressor tree because I think it has more ranks of that fearsome, where when you become engaged or with an enemy, they have to make a fear check. Rock I definitely want that for Rock, just because he is supposed to be this fearsome, intimidating warrior, and with his, busted up black metal body and that massive axe he now has. He is a fearsome sight, and so if he gets engaged with something and it's like, oh, it's an easy fear check, it kind of doesn't it doesn't match up with the image he wants, just mechanically. So I'm going to be going for that. I did want to ask you about that, Tommy, but you've answered that completely now. So thank you.
All right, cool.
So that's kind of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, next up is Leslie.
Okay. Let's see. Hawk and Hank are almost like yin and yang, pretty much. They kind of was kind of brought up the same way a little bit, but just have different worldviews. Hawk is mostly he thinks money is the cure of everything. He thinks that everybody can be brought. The thing is that when he was a slave, he would always think, well, if I just had enough money, I could buy my freedom. So, his logic is that money can buy anything. So that's kind of like the reason why he's always seeking coins. He does. He really doesn't really care for the rebels or the Empire because they don't really address what he thinks is important, is freeing slaves and stuff like that. As far as mechanically, he's pretty much set with the skills that he has. I mean, pretty much getting some more skills would be really overkill unless they come out with the Bounty Hunter book or something else
Yeah,
that
that
really
better be a
fits
good
in.
one.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does. But, I've looked at all the others and, it would be nice to have true aim and more lethal blows and all that kind of stuff. But, it's kind of, for me, for my character, I think it'd just be ridiculous. So he's pretty much going to be probably banking them. So I'm just waiting for the Bounty Hunter book. I do have another character that's in development. Of course, his name is Hack. He's going to be a gank, um, and he's going to be thinking that he knows that he's not force sensitive, but he thinks that the force is enabling him to do all this stuff. So then with Hank is kind of like really biding his time. He did learn another skill, a Jedi form, so he's going to be going into that, learning in that skill. Hank really just wants to be, what the Jedi that he saw before the Clone Wars. More of a person who uses his lightsaber and very seldom uses Force powers. So
What
that
tree is he going into?
I can't remember the tree, but he's already probably investing probably like 50 or 60 points in it.
All right, cool. Next up is Riz.
All right, so there's not a whole lot of further direction for Key and Eve right now. Key's, recently, of course, he's still trying to find his brother, rescue him from the hunters or whatever and all that. And he's just trying to get more independent, basically, with shooting and then trying to just get a little bit stronger and all of that. So when he finds his brother, they can just leave because that's his plan. They'll just go off together. As for Eve, she hasn't really played long enough for anything in the campaign itself to have an effect on her character development. So I'm still just trying to flesh out her trees as far as like her fighting and her coercion, the enforcement kind of stuff goes.
Mhm.
So, Key's just carrying on with what he's been doing, and Eve, taking respite with the agents, trying to get better herself. So not too much to say there.
Cool. Well, now we're up to my character, Ragesh, and I just want to say that I've had so much fun playing him. He does not feel like the new guy anymore. It's been quite some time since Without a Trace, and so, I definitely had a time period where I was missing Jasper a lot, and now Ragesh definitely, he feels like a part of the team and a member of the coronet cell or the former coronet cell. So he's been able to really integrate himself with the team, and it doesn't feel so much like, for the longest time, it kind of felt like playing this is not Jasper sort of thing, and I've gotten away from that now. So I've been quite happy with the character, and he was already building off of aspects that I really enjoyed playing with Jasper in terms of when Jasper started to go into the deception tree. So it's been a lot of fun to actually have a character that right from the get-go was just all about that, and it's been fun. In terms of direction, yeah, I'd already mentioned the whole thing about Wayrite, and one spec that I'm looking at, because it's going to be a long time before the Spy Splat book comes out, is once he starts to settle down on Wayrite, I might actually go into the Marshall tree. I think that I could see him becoming a deputy. So that would be a fun tree to go down. That is pretty different from the rest of the ones that he has right now. And that's it for my characters. And we're going to go into the trivia session that we always do. So give me 1 second while I pull that up. But because this has been 3 months instead of the usual 2 months, we have 50% more questions, and actually we're going to have 5 places. So instead of just first, second, and third, it'll be 1 through 5, and you'll earn XP according to that. So first place gets 5 points, and then 1 point for every descending from that. So before I start reading these questions, remember, get your typing fingers ready, make sure that you're in the right spot, and yeah.
Who's counting scores for this one again?
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
Is everyone just doing it
Darnold
individually, or?
now, since he's not going to participate.
Wait, what was that? I didn't hear you, Jack.
Dart, since you're not participating, why don't you keep score?
Oh, you're not going to participate?
No, it's a young man's sport.
Okay, well, yeah,
I
if
just
you...
missed a lot of missions.
Okay, yeah, if you can keep score.
Alright, let me save Fallout. Okay.
Okay, so everyone's ready? I'll assume that's a yes.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Here goes. So, in Beyond the Rim 3, what species held a massive concert in the Junk Canyons? All right, yeah, Jawas. So Brandon's answer came up first. It might look different for different people, but yeah, we went over this last time. So, yeah. All right, so in Beyond the Rim 3, who betrayed the team? Yep, Caddick. Riz, got it. All right, in Grinding Gears 2, summarize the naming convention of the Soldiers Without Worlds.
This reminds me of Kale's description.
Kale, yeah, that's what adjective animal. So, all right, good job. In Grinding Gears 2, name the planet the station orbited above. Jack is correct. Zanzi.
I remember the pun. I remember it.
Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Yeah,
Wow.
bar station over the planet Sanzi. It
I
took
did
me a
not-
while.
Wow, that's
Kyle's clever.
all right. In Crystal Clear 2, name the Thieves Guild that the party aided.
I know this one.
Yep, Riz is correct.
You even talked about it yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, because I forgot.
In Crystal Clear 2, who was the Hutt that the party killed, and what was his Khajiitic affiliation?
Oh, fuck me. My fingers just fell all over there.
So I think Riz was the first to get both of them. Jermama. Jerama, yeah.
So we're giving that to Riz.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. In Blurring the Line, what was a creature who was taken to live with the Wookiees on Wayrite? Ben is correct. Morphoid. In Blurring the Line, name the Rakatan technology that allows instantaneous travel across space. Yeah, Rock is correct. Infinity Gate, but Infinite Gate is close enough. All right. In A Day at the Beach, name the twin bounty hunters who tried to ruin the party's party. Yep,
Biff Boff.
Biff and Buff. Yep, Ben is correct.
Don't know where I got Biz from.
In A Day at the Beach, name 3 of the largest stuffed animals available as prizes.
Oh, fuck me. My hands are off the keyboard. I'm not
Whoa!
even trying.
Riz, that was quick. Yep. Or wait, no, non-Rancor, no.
I know, yeah, I can't remember the third one.
Yep, there we
I
go.
think Ben.
Ben got it.
A Grawl?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember it looked kind of like a Rancor, but it wasn't quite a Rancor.
Without the commas, that just looks like one giant creature no one wants to fuck
The
with.
Rancor Grawl crate.
Yeah. All right, in Spoils of War, what planet did the party search? Yes, Ben was correct.
Damn you and your fingers, Ben.
In Spoils of War, what was the eventual fate of the rebel unit there? Oh, sorry, yeah, it's technically a moon. I should have said world.
It was destroyed.
Kale got it with Betrayed. So, yeah,
Oh,
Betrayed and Destroyed. Oh, someone just dropped. Who just dropped?
Leslie.
Oh, okay. Did he say that he had to go? I didn't notice.
No, I'm not sure. He wasn't, or he didn't look like he was doing the quiz, so maybe he just jumped out. I'm not sure.
Okay. In Spoils of War, what was the eventual... Oh, sorry. In Hunting for Answers 3, name the moon that the party returned to. Yes, Riz is correct. Loa.
Riz and Ben are tied.
All right, cool. Oh, what was the frowning face for, Surly?
Just sad because of the rebels
he's
being
losing.
betrayed.
Oh,
But the
right.
rebels, the betrayal,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
and them losing. But I've never won one of these, so it's fine.
Oh. Name the Sith Lord whose inscription was written in ancient Huttese. Darth Ansem is correct. Wow, Riz. Doing well. All right, in Knowledge is Power, name the planet that held the site that the party infiltrated. Dral is correct, Jack. In Knowledge is Power, name the most valuable item that the party found and its function.
Values.
I actually don't remember which one was the most valuable.
Yes, yep. Diamond of Destiny gave Bastion Pass memory. Correct.
I don't know what's the market value on the diamond though. It's
Like infinity times infinity.
Knowledge
squared.
is priceless.
It's effectively worthless. There's no way to place worth on it, so it is 100% worthless.
All right, in Saber's Edge 3, name Saber's main contact for this operation. Ben is correct.
Oh, really? Huh. Saw Risk got ahead of him in there.
yeah, Riz showed on mine, but
Oh, wait, yeah, it did for me. It actually had him first and then it just switched. That was weird. That was a weird display. Yeah, actually, it shows up now as Riz.
yeah, the connection makes this whole quiz show thing slightly difficult.
Yeah. Or maybe I was just because I'm
Well, yeah,
looking
that's
back
also
and
Actually,
forth.
that's-
Kale also brings something up for the Darth Einsom thing. Ben actually wrote Einsom first. He just didn't put Darth.
But when I had originally seen it, Riz was first, but yeah, now it's switched.
Fuck you, Roll20. There, that's on record.
All right, let me
We're
let me
all
go back up
fair
to the
in that it's
Einsom
ripping
thing, actually.
everyone
That's
off.
interesting.
Do we need to go back and watch the recording and see if it's actually moving them?
Its preference is to no one. Just like screwing with us.
Oh, you know,
Like
yeah,
that
it
then.
put his first. I think what it's doing though is that if the person had an entry, because it's adding it to their entry that they
It just
had.
groups them.
Yeah, it just groups them, but Riz actually did show up first for me. Which is why for this most recent one though, Ben's answer of Cluse came up first, so I think he should get it.
All right.
So I think it's it's grouping them. So
All right, so I won't talk in the chat anymore.
let's see. Where did we go? Oh, so in Saber's Edge 3, who unexpectedly intervened at the end? Rebels is correct, Jack. And in the pointy end, name the famous bounty hunter who was hired as a bodyguard by Atai. Embo is correct. Riz. In the pointy end, what was Cluse's daughter's name? Yep, Mirage is correct. Ben got it. Even though it's grouping with him, that still showed up first for me. Yeah. All right, and may the fourth be with you. Name the Force Wraith, and who he was created from.
Yep. I give that
Got
to
Brandon with both of them first
Yeah,
on mine.
Brandon put both.
And may the fourth be with you. Who helped guide Saber in mastering himself and vanquishing Fury? Bristol is correct. Ben.
I was about to put Rogesh, don't know why.
Rakesh wasn't even there.
Exactly. Your relationship confuses me.
Most do. It's
All right,
concept of
Last
love.
Stand at Terrace. Who were the main antagonists? Yes, Jack is correct. Mandalorians. In Last Stand at Terrace, who were the refugees?
Ah,
Ben got it, I think.
I was about to type that, Riz.
Cat
Exactly.
heart.
Save the kitties.
Oh, here's I forgot to get questions for this one, so for lay down your burden. So Jack, actually, if you wanted to ask some questions, 2 questions on lay down your burdens.
Oh, but that means I can't get points.
Okay,
Oh.
well, I'll come up with something on the fly. Here we go.
Just
Who convinced the miners that the team was a part of an inspection team? That yes, Rogesh. Riz got that one. And oh, I know. This is an easy one. Who? Oh, but I need to do one for the other session too. So let's see.
who was the foreman of the facility?
Sure. Yep. Who was a foreman of the facility? Starbuck. Ben got it.
I didn't actually remember who it was, so I was hoping he was actually named.
He was.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was one of those on the spot. Oh, he needs a name. Here's a name.
All right. In Lords of Nalhutta, just letting you guys know, this is a 3-part question, so you're probably going to want to listen to the full thing, even as you start typing. So, in Lords of
God
Nalhutta,
damn.
name the sponsor of the PCs at the Grani Nupa, his clan affiliation, and his gift. Yep, Ben got it. Dang, Ben, you're cleaning up.
Wait, I thought Minilod was another hut.
He is. He was the sponsor.
Yeah,
He was
Macam
the
Total
Oda.
sponsor,
He
not
was
the.
Oda.
Oh, okay.
He was just your guide for more or less the word.
Ben's got a 3-point lead right now.
Oh boy.
Zemerlick. I didn't even know I typed that.
All right. In Lords of Nalhutta, who was a warrior who was given freedom at the end of the grand dinner despite being a member of the losing team?
Jeff got it, I think.
Jeff got it. Yep.
I would be upset with myself if I didn't get it. Also, my buddy Rob is here. I've been telling you about Shadow the Broker.
Uh-huh.
He's a big fan. He's been listening to some of the sessions on. And Tommy, he's probably your number 1 fan now.
Oh, okay, cool. What's I'm just curious, what's his favorite mission out of the ones that he's listened to?
I'm still working on the dinner right now. I've been job hunting, so unfortunately, I am subscribed. I see you've had a lot of missions posted. As I will answer that question after I catch up. How's that?
Okay,
Is that
cool.
fair? I'm job hunting. You know, it takes priority.
All right, cool. Glad you're enjoying them. All right, in the smuggling mission, Alaspor Yarrick, which planet did the team sell their spices? Tatooine is correct. Ben.
That was a guess.
In Alaspor Yarrick, what unlikely species did Ragesh impersonate while on Tatooine? Pantoran is correct, Riz. All right, in the Laws of War, give the full name of the associate of the party who returned with a promotion. Rensi Taj is correct, Ben. Jeez, Ben, you're cleaning up.
I'm going to chop one of your hands off to make this fair.
In the Laws of War, why was the Imperial officer Lieutenant Mav Pelion relegated to Outer Rim patrol duty? That's correct. Brandon's right. He has not bloodthirst or blue thirst.
An unfamiliar concept to rock.
Yeah, something Captain Comptor. Maybe, but yeah, he wasn't cruel. Like with that Wookiee kid, where he totally lied when he said he would blow the kid's brains out. He couldn't do that. So he did not have the killer instinct required of an officer of his station. All right, in Heart of Geonosis, name Saber's master whose memories Bastion drew from. Got it. I was like, Brandon better get this. Quash Sogar is correct. All right.
Yeah, it's Dart was the one who actually named him too. So.
Oh, okay.
Was I?
Yeah, I couldn't come up. Someone asked me his name. I couldn't come up with a name on the spot, and you just offered that. So.
Okay,
it was
that would
like way
explain.
back in like Saber's Edge 1 or something.
Did you just look at a pantry, see a quash?
I was gonna say it sounds like
Some
food to
sugar?
me. I think I did. I think I was hungry. So squash cigar always sounds like a casserole to me.
All right.
Anyway.
In
I
Heart of
forgot about
Geonosis, what creatures in cages were used as a first line of defense inside the enemy base? Nexu is correct, Riz. All right. In Swoop Me Off My Feet, name the swoop racer who was favored to win. Slick Rangusi is correct, Riz.
Which also sounds like a pasta dish.
Right. In Swoop Me Off My Feet, name first and second place of the qualifying race. Jokening Key is correct. Yep.
I typed wrist for some reason.
In a show of hand, who were the agents of the broker held captive in the medical lab? Yep. Riz is correct.
Riz and Ben are now tied.
Oh
You're
boy.
making me so hungry with these answers.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Medical torture's making you hungry? I didn't see the corn.
To be fair, it is Balkan,
Oh
so
gosh, oh that's so true. That's so in character. Like, oh, I'm hungry.
Reminds
Nothing
me of-
helps quell a trivia stroke like medical torture.
Gosh, like he gets
Is
some
it weird that
munchies
this
from
is
medical
making me hungry?
experimentation.
I already threatened to take off someone's hand.
All right, in a show of hand, who is the hand of the emperor? Yep, Freeth. Kale got it.
Kale
Oh no, he's tied with me now.
and Brandon.
All right, in Shooting Stars, give me the name of the Venator ship.
No one can spell
Yes.
it but
Oh,
Ben.
damn it. That's just the X and the S. Actually, I'd added an extra S.
That
That's
is
such a
correct.
long thing to type.
In Shooting Stars, who dealt the killing blow to the Banking Clan frigate? Showboat is correct, and Riz actually got it on mine
Yeah.
as well. Yep. Okay, so last question of the night, or no,
It is a
second to
tie
last.
right now.
Second to last question. In Lords of Nal Hutta 2, Bog Beauty, who was the celebrity chef who requested the party's aid? Dom Dees is correct. Ben.
I'm terrible with names. Ugh.
And
It's a three-way tie for third place.
oh boy. All right, in Lords of Nal Hutta 2, Bog Beauty, final question. What was Chef Dom Dees' signature dish that he needed to make for the king? Kabaki Goulash is correct. All right, well done. All right, so what were the places?
First place Ben, second place Riz, third place tied between Jack, Kale, and Brandon.
Oh boy, it looks like we're going to need to go into sudden death round for third place. Let me think about this. I'm going to go back through. Oh, I know. Here's a good one. Name Savo's former boss. Shalo is correct. Yep, Kale got it.
Oh, I was going for the hut. Damn.
All right, and well, we do have 5 places. So is anyone? Does that mean that we still have a tie?
There's now a tie for fourth
Yeah.
place.
Okay. So let me think of another question here. I'm going to do a different mission. Right. Oh, I know. Name the planet that the team visited in Beyond the Rim 3. Axis Prime is correct.
So now there's still a two-way tie.
Oh, with 5th place now?
Well, I guess it depends on how you want to count it, because now...
Oh, because now I'll take fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the way we were doing
Yeah.
it. So. Yeah.
Okay, so we have all 5 places now?
Yeah. The one Beyond the Rim I did not GM, co-GM.
Oh.
I didn't either, and I got it.
Yeah, but I was completely gone, so I didn't participate in the mission at all. So
Oh.
no, I mean it's nothing about you winning it. I should have known because I helped you out with one, but I just could not think of it.
All right, well done. So for the final portion, we're just going to play some Sabak. I was thinking just 3 rounds of it. And I'm even going to say that Minilad has offered because of, the help that you guys have given him, and it turns out that he got some vital information out of Mama the Hutt, who he paid a visit to after Mama did not honor the Ardos disc, and so he was able to liquidate a lot of her savings and belongings. So yeah, you guys have a big pot to start out with. So the pot starts out at 5,000 credits, and you guys can add in according to what you want.
Which roller are we using?
Oh, let's use the regular blue roller. And we're just going to have it at a hard difficulty.
Do you have to ante to try and claim the 5,000 pot?
Yes, yeah, you have to at least put in, let's say this, just to put some stakes in here. Minimum is 1K to add to it.
Boj is in.
And what skills can we use if we're not cheating?
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, I thought it was a choice between a few.
Now, cheating has like 5 different choices, but
Yeah.
speaking of cheating, if you get a despair, what are the consequences?
I would say that you get kicked, you lose, and you can't play in the next rounds.
Do you lose any previous winnings?
Oh, that's a good point. What do you guys think?
You lose half, and that gets added to the pot.
Well, you shouldn't lose the previous because they can't prove that you cheated earlier.
True.
So I would say that, yeah, you just get kicked out and yeah. So with that, Ragesh is definitely going to join in, and
Balkan will ante, but he'll remind everyone how hungry he is.
He can put in 1,000.
so actually instead of just the pot being at 5,000, let's say this Minilad will double it. So he's given some discretionary funds to the group, and I'm trying to think who he would. Or you know what, he would just say, like, you know, hey, here I will double your winnings, and you guys will get an IOU from him that he will immediately, or you can immediately cash. So we'll do it that way. So Ragesh is actually going to put in 2,000.
Okay. Key and Boj only put in 1K.
I'll put in 2,000 if that's what it is.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
1,000
that's-
minimum, but I'm putting in 2,000 because Minilad's doubling it.
I'll match it.
I'm still putting in 1K.
All right. And
I know my chances of success are low.
so we've got 2,000 Riz, 2,000 Ragesh, 2,000 Boj, and then 1K. Jack, anyone else playing?
I'll put in 2,000. Gristle.
So, okay. Can't entice anybody else? Do you think Saber would get into it, maybe?
No. Especially now.
Oh, it's
Gambling
just like,
horrible.
gambling is the dark side of the Force.
Yeah.
Erdo would be willing to back someone, like as an investor, but actually playing the risk reward is just too high. Like the
Okay.
odds of actually making his money back are essentially impossible, and he doesn't have. I mean, he refuses money often enough that he doesn't have a lot to throw around.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
So, is it still that just triumphs are instant win?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. I don't think they should be. I think that Triumph should actually just give you an upgrade on the next check, because...
Well, the roles are that like each success is you win back a portion of the pot, and the triumph is you take it all. But that's also when you're not playing against other PCs. So
Right. Yeah, those get really complicated. One of these days I'm going to sit down and we're going to go through an actual more complicated version of Sabak, but this is more just for, you know, fun. The characters
So-
just throwing some money around. So,
successes with advantages tiebreakers.
yeah, and I would say with triumphs that you still need to beat them with successes, and the triumph just gives you a one-up.
So you got like a better feel of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get an upgrade on the next check. So yeah, it's going to be hard difficulty. If you're using deception, it's upgraded. I think there are some others. What are the other skills that you can use?
Skullduggery.
Skullduggery, right? Okay.
Computers, but we're saying we're playing with physical cards. So.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So when you guys are ready, let's roll.
What do you roll if you're not cheating?
Cool.
No, I meant difficulty-wise.
3 purples.
Hard.
Just if you're cheating, it's upgraded natively.
And we're on the blue roller.
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything yet. Has anyone rolled?
I
I haven't rolled yet. There we
I
go.
just did.
Oh.
Double or nothing.
Ah.
That's 8 successes, 8 advantages, 2 triumphs.
Gosh, with that, I think that Ragesh is like, well, I think.
Why are we even playing with you?
Yeah, right. It's like, oh
Because
boy.
I'm so damn charming.
All right, so
Let's see
I'm
if you can
down to
charm me into playing another
Just
round.
like leadership us. Come on, guys, gather around.
Do you want to see if I can charm him into playing another round?
No, because you probably do. You probably would.
Right.
Whisper sweet nothings in his ear.
Okay, Minalot is willing to triple the next pot that you guys build up.
Oh,
So
jeez.
What was that one?
this one was.
There was.
Oh, the total was, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9K.
Cool.
So I would say actually, Minalot doesn't have that many funds, so maybe instead of 3 rounds, we're just going to do 2 rounds. But he is tripling this one.
So is 9K on top of Minalot's 10, or
He's doubling the 9K, I think.
Oh, right, you're right. So that was 18K. Whew, good grief.
okay? And Boj gets 20% more on that.
Oh, how does he get 20% more?
Up the ante. He wins more when gambling its talents.
Oh, okay. I
How
guess
does
that would make more sense with,
Because
like-
the pot's set.
Yeah, exactly. That would make more sense if that was actually like in a gambling house, but when it's actually with I mean, I don't want to take away from your talent, so I guess we can say that Minalod is impressed with your winning, so he throws in some more, I guess. However you want to explain it. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. So I'm gonna say though, I didn't really think about the amounts here. Yeah, so 18K. He's just gonna double it again, but that's quite a lot of credits. So whoever wants
Menelaw
to.
doesn't know about his employees.
All right, so who's gonna join up for this one?
Balkan will put in another K.
Yeah, Key's still in.
Yeah,
Sure,
you know,
Boj is
actually,
in.
Ragesh will be in
Minimize.
too. So what the hell? Might as well.
So is that 9K again?
Is everyone just putting in their old bets?
No, Key's gonna put in 4K this time.
Okay.
I'll just go for
Boj will,
7.
He wants
Boj
to
will
win
up
back
it.
his boss.
Boj will put in 5K.
Frick. Cool. Okay.
Okay, but everyone who is playing last is playing, just different amounts, right? So 4K Riz, 2K
So do we want
Ragesh.
to write down our amounts?
Yeah. Okay, here goes.
13.
I see 13K.
Still all
Double.
hard.
Yeah, it's still hard.
Okay.
Just checking, so Gristle, you went down 1K, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only way to truly win Sabak is not to play.
Go. 5 successes, really? That was a good roll for me too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
So
you
that's
doubled nothing. I'm going to use Stroke of Genius.
I'm gonna use a reroll on cool.
Damn it, and I still couldn't even beat Gristle.
That is not better. All right.
Wait, second chances.
Oh yeah, I do have second chances.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I can reroll those too.
Sorry, I got excited. Oh, like, oh.
There we go. So that's 8 total successes.
All right. So that is.
You didn't take away from your initial pool by re-rolling those?
No, because 2 of them were blank.
Just making sure.
Sorry, I forgot you guys can't see the dice on this roller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm only,
will usually only
down
reroll them if
6,000.
they are.
So just those 2 rounds you said?
Yeah, because I mean the amount is pretty significant.
No, that's
It's a total
reasonable.
of 28K. So Yeah, he just went up 46K. Good grief.
Well, gambler tree, kind of what he specializes in.
Guess that's true.
Next chill session, everyone's suddenly gone into the gambler tree. We're
Right.
fucking ready for this next round of Sabak.
Everyone has sunglasses.
And
Well, you
all
know,
of a
I
sudden,
mean-
decks have been computerized.
We are at the 9-month mark, so, you know.
It's not like there's anything to actually
sunglasses
really
are
buy
reasonable?
with this.
Sorry, what was that, Riz?
Oh, I was nothing.
A new ship.
Yeah,
Sure.
but that is something we can think about. So, you know, starting to pull our funds together, get a new ship. You know, one thing, actually, that is a good point. I'd like for people to think about things that we can pool our funds together for. So, you know, just a thought. Not that you have to, but it would be cool to start thinking about that in terms of, because I think at this point, the characters themselves would be thinking of each other as, you know, a pretty tight-knit group, or at least some of them, not necessarily all. Yeah, and with that, that is Shadow the Broker Chill Session 4, 9 months, and it'll just be 3 months for the year anniversary. I mean, that's going to be cool. And actually, one thing I do want to talk to you guys about that in preparation for it is start thinking of some favorite moments from the series, and you know, send me an email or a PM about those moments, because I do want to put together just a little vid that has like 10 seconds of all these favorite moments from the campaign from the beginning. I think it'd be really cool for us all to watch. Hopefully the YouTube app will be working at that point. You never know, but yeah. So with that, I'm going to cut the recording, but I still need to work on next week's mission, so I'm probably not going to post the announcement for a little bit. But anyway, if you're watching this, hope to see you at the next Shadow the Broker mission. Thanks, bye.